Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Bow to Weather here with an update post-Iota landfall in Nicaragua and Honduras. Well, Iota really did a thrashing of the Central American region, and it was a slight variance of landfall path of Hurricane Eta. Initial reports from the island of San Andres and Providencia that Hurricane Iota was a catastrophic hurricane, making landfall with wind speeds close to 155 to 160 miles per hour, leading to significant loss of property, representing a significant threat to life there. We do have our hearts out to people of Nicaragua and Honduras, also the people of Guatemala who are still feeling the effects of Hurricane Iota at this time, as it sits almost on the coast near the sea. And Central America, and it's still affecting with significant downpours of rainfall and thunderstorms. The system still has quite a lot of energy, even after several days going over the very mountainous terrain of Nicaragua and Honduras, and it really did a heavy-duty deposit of a lot of rain and thunderstorms, especially in the area of central Nicaragua, south Honduras, Guatemala, Belize was also affected, and even nations outside of Central America. Colombia received quite a lot of heavy flash flooding and significant thunderstorms and rainstorms. So Hurricane Iota was definitely had a significant impact, and we're still learning day to day as far as what exactly the extent of which, but based on all of the images and all of the video coming in from citizens who unfortunately had to go through and bear the brunt of that hurricane, our hearts definitely go out to them. As we look at the region right now in Caribbean Sea, the sea surface temperatures are still quite warm at this time, especially for this time of year. The high pressure systems that are in the United States right now that are hovering are not really helping to kind of cool down the Caribbean Sea in that area. And there is a wave that is near the southwestern area, just a little bit south of where Hurricane Iota actually made landfall in Nicaragua. And there's also another wave that is just above the Bahamas. Both waves, based on the data coming from the National Hurricane Center, they do have potential to have cyclonic formation within the next 3 to 4 days, but definitely not in the next 48 hours. We'll have to wait and see. The systems are quite disorganized. However, based on the surface sea temperatures of the Caribbean Sea, that wave that is actually just sitting there in that zone, just drifting and basically just kind of stagnant in the southwestern area of the Caribbean Sea, is just sitting on very, very warm surface sea temperatures, and even the sea temperatures we observe go all the way down to like 100, 150 feet, and it's still very warm. So there's definitely energy there for it to build into possibly a depression, which will mean, of course, more significant rainfall for the Nicaragua and Honduras area. As always, bow to weather, we analyze satellite imagery, and we bring you the up-to-date latest information about weather organizing in the Caribbean as well as the United States, and we try to bring it to you as soon as possible by interpreting the latest satellite imagery. Please like, subscribe, and share this video with friends and family who you think may be impacted by these storms. And of course, we will continue to bring you the very latest information so that you can stay informed and stay abreast of what's actually happening. So if we take a closer look based on the satellite imagery right now, as we said, there's a broad area of low pressure over the southwestern Caribbean Sea, and it's producing some showers and thunderstorm activity. As with low pressure systems, there is a chance of cyclonic formation perhaps in the next 5 days. Areas of very heavy rain is possible for the next several days in Nicaragua once again. Not as if they actually need more rain and storm activity, but after bearing the full brunt force of Hurricane Eta and Iota, And please keep in mind, based on the landfall path of both Eta and Iota, they took very, very similar paths for landfall. So the citizens of that area, especially the island of San Andreas, they actually bear the brunt force of two major hurricanes in a short period of time. For a small island to be isolated there and to take a Category 5 and Category 4 wind and storm surge, they sustained significant damage. And of course, with this system, this wave that's actually just sitting there, that's kind of disorganized, one of the main concerns of the National Hurricane Center at this time is new flooding concerns in very highly inundated areas of South America already. There is a low pressure wave just above the Bahamas also, as we mentioned, and we're kind of uncertain as far as what it will do in the next 3 days. So Florida may receive some brief precipitation as a front moves in. We're not quite sure what effect that's going to have on the formation or cyclonic formation of this wave that's actually sitting there just a little bit north of the Bahamas. We don't anticipate that it will actually form into any kind of system. And if it does, it may remain stagnant there for some time. We are looking at further precipitation models for the Tri-County area of Miami-Dade, Broward, and West Palm Beach, simply because of the significant flooding that they endured last week as a result of different weather systems that we're going through. Going back to Central America real briefly, this low pressure band that's actually sitting there in the southwestern region of the Caribbean Sea on top of all that very, very warm sea surface temperatures. We don't see any shear forces that are going to limit its formation. So just by energy of alone that's actually within the body of the water that it's actually above, there is possibility of formation, but we'll just have to wait and see over the next 5 to 6 days actually what is going to happen. As you can see from the satellite imagery, there is remnants of Iota which are continuing to soak Guatemala and Central America as it makes its way out to sea. It sits as a low pressure zone right now just off the coast, and it will continue to create significant moisture events and possibly new flooding in that region. We're not quite sure exactly whether it's going to stay there for how long, but eventually, based on all the models, the European model and the GFS model, all suggest that eventually Iota will actually make its way out to sea, and it will no longer be a threat to Central America, so they can actually take the time to actually go and try and do some of the recovery that they need to get their life back on track after suffering from 2 major hurricanes. The high pressure system in some parts of the United States and the front moving south is not going to cause any kind of major reduction of the warm sea surface temperatures in the Caribbean. We don't believe that this is going to be a significant event. And even at the end of this highly active 2020 hurricane season, there is a possibility of more storms forming in the Caribbean based on the very warm sea surface temperatures. Even if we look further down into the ocean as far as temperatures are concerned in the region of 50 meters to 100 meters, we do see that the temperatures are still warm, which signifies that there is this is a body of water that can contribute to possible wave, low pressure wave, becoming a depression and possibly a tropical storm. So we will continue to monitor the situation with both of these low pressure wave systems that are sitting there, one above the Bahamas and one in southwestern section of the Caribbean Sea. And we will update you as we get some more information that comes into the Weather Center, and we will bring it to you as soon as possible. As always, please go ahead, like this video, share it with friends and family, and of course, always bow to weather. We are constantly watching the data coming into the Weather Center. We'll report to you as soon as situations change that might impact you, friends and family, and want to keep you informed going forward. Of course, we will continue to keep the the citizens of Central America in our hearts, and our thoughts go out to them as they try to recover from the significant flash flooding and thunderstorm activity, the wind damage and property damage resulting from Hurricane Iota, which made landfall close to 155 miles an hour storm, which is a significant and catastrophic event for the region. And it was already impacting very inundated and highly thunderstorm activity prone area as a result of remnants from Hurricane Ada. So definitely they need assistance. They will need aid, international aid, to provide to help them to actually recover. So as always, bow to weather. Thank you very much.